just done here in the forest, just like enjoying nature for an hour, getting some fresh air, because this entire week, every day I was in the studio doing stuff, which I absolutely love, but today not in the studio, but still working at home. There's a new project, that light show project, and I would love to try and explain it to you and also maybe get some feedback of you if you think it's cool and how to pull it off. There are a lot of things that could go wrong and a lot of things and opportunities where it can do stuff right. This reminds me a little, I think was it like a year ago, where I announced that I will rebuild the studio and I showcased to you the entire plan. This time, it's the plan of my live set and the light show that will go with it. I had this idea not even a week ago, and I already figured out which programs to use, how to pull it off, but there are some things that are critical where I don't know how to actually do it. So let's start first off with the why. As you know, I've been a DJ 10 years plus, and it was back in the days fun. Now, not so much anymore. I explained that already. I want to do live music because I'm also a producer. I'm able to do it live. I did it in the past, and I think now is the right time, especially once COVID is over, clubs are opened again. It's also my last chance to achieve this. It's a lifelong dream to like fully tour. That's like when I was ghost producing, the people I ghost produced for, they were touring with my music. Now it's time that I tour with my music, and it's my last chance. I'm getting older. I have maybe like 4 or 5 more years where I can at least get it started. So I'm putting everything I got and everything I can do on the table. And if I then still don't go like fully into gigging, then it's just not meant to be. I will still produce music, make these YouTube videos, and I'm fine, I'm happy. It's just that one little extra thing I want to try. And for trying it, I want to give everything. I want to make a live setup I'm proud of. That's really important for me because I don't like kissing other people's ass to get gigs. And that's usually how you start. So I want to deliver. I want to deliver a good sounding, like interesting live setup with lights. And since I'm not a superstar DJ, it has to be small. It has to be manageable. So there are some things that I thought about in the last couple of days that have to be met, criteria. So first of all, the entire setup should be operatable by 1 or 2 people. So me making the music and someone taking care of the lights, or maybe me doing both. Because like when I tour, I can't afford to bring like 3 persons, 4 or 5. It's just not worth it for me and what I get per gig. Then the entire light thing and the equipment has to be minimal. It has to fit into suitcases so you can actually fly somewhere. I'm not big enough that someone pays extra for me getting like a truck with all of equipment. That's not going to happen. I'm also not such a big guy that a club will organize all of the stuff I put on my rider for them. It has to be not annoying for someone booking me. And it needs to be manageable price-wise. So my idea was like to do it with light, like with a projector. I'm testing it right now. And basically it's called like 3D mapping. You can wrap stuff around objects with light, which is really interesting. I'll show you an example in a bit. So I need a projector. I need a surface to project onto. I need me. I need all of the music equipment, probably OB6, push, a MacBook, and maybe some other controller or some effects. That should be, it should fit into 2 suitcases. The biggest problem right now that I'm facing is like the backdrop, the wall, the thing where the light should be projected onto. Because the bigger, the nicer it looks, and the bigger, the less able I am to transport it. So right now, wait, I thought of like, it's a model that I did in like 1 minute. I thought of like having something like this, like something that is actually a circle from the front, but has depth to it. I'll show you in a second why. So that would be the backdrop. That's me standing in front of it. I hope this makes sense. And the projection will be like from the bottom of the circle. It will be a short throw projection. So the projector is here. It's this deep, and then the surface will be right here. So only like a meter behind me. That's all the space we need. Because at the beginning I will probably play in very small clubs. They're not huge festivals, so we need to have it like in a manageable amount of space. Also, the backdrop will be bigger than me. I think that's important so that it actually looks cool. I should be like sitting in like glowing light, but not bigger than 2.50 meters high, because that's like the minimum height of ceilings in Germany at least. And then software wise, there's a software called Arena. This was recommended by me by Marius. He's like the light and sound guy in my studio. It's very simple, and I also already managed to hook it up with Ableton Live. So that's my live session of the first track. We got kick, percussions, bass, pad effects, noise, vocals, external instruments too. I also got a little app, Max for Live, that counts. So I always know where I am and how long the set is already running. And I can enable here a link, and it's now linking the time to the light program. You can see it right here in the corner. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 120 BPM. And now I can select light stuff. Let's maybe go to AV. You see it's now pulsating with the music. Let's maybe turn the music on. Come on. There's a watermark. Still need to buy it. But yeah, you see now it's like pulsating to the music. I could also go, I don't know, let's pick this one, Mac. That's already really cool. And you can like change the hue of it, any kind of color. You can distort it and make it wobble. You can make it flip. You can make it kaleidoscope, mirror, of course. That already looks really epic. I absolutely love that. And it's like synced to the music. The next step, the extra step, and that's the thing I haven't done yet, but there's some programs that can feed MIDI to that program. So it's not only having like the time in there, it could also be me playing a kick. And whenever I play the kick, the video program gets a feed of MIDI and knows that there's something happening, and you can attach a graphic to it or make everything flash, like these kind of things, so that the light is actually being like controlled by me playing the music, that it's already linked. I don't want to have like a lot of DJs Tomorrowland that they have to pre-do their sets and basically just hit play because it needs to be synced to the fireworks. I want it to be synced through the program, through the elements. Like if I hit clap, then it's green in the corner or stuff like that. So that it's really visual, so that people also get that I'm actually doing this stuff live, because they can kind of see a visual representation of me doing it on the backdrop. I think that's kind of cool. Like there are probably some people that already did it, but those are usually huge stars that like have millions of people planning with them and a huge budget. I don't know if it will work, but I think if it works, I will be like the smallest artist on the planet, having something kind of sophisticated in the back with lights. And like whenever I play at a club, it will definitely be something special for the people visiting that club. Just all needs to work. And yeah, now let's get to the 3D mapping part. Again, you might be wondering why this shape. So first of all, the folding makes it easy to transport. Let's say this is 2.50 meters high. I could cut it in 3 pieces and actually put it into a suitcase. And it also has like, it has depth to it. Let me show you a video. Like I found this on YouTube as inspiration. There is a guy who actually did something that would actually fit directly on this. So you see there they are, just like 4 blocks. But I won't have it like 3-dimensional. I need to save space. So just the front parts. And then if it's dark and you put light on it, it just looks so cool. Yeah, now it can flash at any kind, like Oh, it's so cool. You can do anything. Like, and like me and my team, we got the knowledge for most of the stuff. The other stuff we'll figure out. Now, right here, it's just like the outer shape. You can make one of them blink in different colors, switch back and forth. This will be crazy. Lighting them up. It looks like they're glowing, and you can make them grow. Like with the perspective, that's what's making it interesting. So the backdrop has to have some depth to it. It can't be just straight. It's so cool. It's so amazing. Can't wait for this to be reality, maybe one day. The thing we're struggling the most with right now is like creating the content, like creating the graphics you'll see at the end, because like you need to be really good in After Effects. No one of us is, so we might actually outsource it. Have someone that makes like a certain topic and a certain style for each of the tracks. So let's say I fire up, I don't know, Watch Me Burn, then it will have like a lot of red in it, and maybe we'll even have a video of the singer-songwriter on the backdrop. So it's me and them virtual, like, I don't know, like there are a lot of opportunities. Everything is possible with this setup. I just need to figure out the details and get it to work. And it's a fairly simple setup. And this shape is the only one I could figure out that is foldable and where we don't cast any shadows. Because if the projector is on the bottom, if you have a shape, let's say you just turn it around, the light comes from below and it casts shadows. So we need a shape where it doesn't cast shadows upwards. That's the only one I could figure out. Like everything else, we would need 2 projectors, which makes everything a lot more complicated. And I don't want it to be a setup that fails. It needs to be quick to install, like within half an hour, and shouldn't cause too much trouble, because small clubs are not used to people like bringing stuff with them and building something. Usually it's just a USB stick and headphones, but that's exactly what I don't want to do anymore. I don't want to be lazy. I want to bring the full package and give everything. And if it fails, it fails. If it doesn't fail, that's good. And yeah, let me know about your like ideas, suggestions, because that's absolutely new for me. That's the plan. And same as last year, the plan of me building the studio, I completed it. I mean, yes, the ceiling's missing, but that stuff is ordered and the speakers ordered. So yeah, next project. Let's see how this goes.